Wagwan Spacers, welcome back to another new episode of Space Yako the podcast. And if you're new here, Space Yako the podcast is first a safe space. And on this podcast, we get to talk about love, relationships, sex, and reproductive health, of course. And if you've not interacted with our very cool resource, Wazi, you can go to www.wazzi, where you'll get the link to interact with our amazing bot. And today, on our podcast, as usual, my amazing co-host, and my name is Marlene.
My name is Gladwell.
For today, I am contestant 069.
That was so nice.
Contestant
69. Interesting number.
Oh my God, 69.
If you know, you know. Today, Hapa, on Space Yako podcast, we're going to cross the Red Sea. We're going to pat it. We're going to dive in it. We're going to swim in it. Yeah? And because I know more Squid Games. So you know that's a game for red light, green light. Except today it's red light, red light, red light. Okay? Because we are talking about the menses. In fact, it may show up kama period.
Mashiro.
Kabisa. What else do you call it?
Kunyesha.
Nini tena?
Mimi najua tu kunyesha. Kuna ingine?
Mashiro, you've not heard of Mashiro?
No.
Yo.
Mashiro, kunyesha. Sisi watu wa Mombasa tusema niko kwa heavy. Ama niko kwa mwezi. Because you know the moon is a she. Mwajua ama mjui?
The morning, eh?
The moon.
The moon.
Oh.
Mother moon. Yeah? That is a she.
Okay.
Kwa hivyo kama sisi pia wanawake, if it's that time of the month, tunasema uko kwa mwezi.
That is why.
Yeah. Niko kwa mwezi, ama you can say Shark Week.
Shark Week, that is still Swahili.
Kizungu, bro. Shark Week.
Yo.
Shark Week in Kizungu.
I've not
Ama
heard
vile
of
nasema na
that.
accent ya Kimombasa.
Shark Week. I've not heard of
Hata
that.
mimi I've
You
not
haven't
heard
had
of
Shark
it.
Week? No?
I'll be lying to the masses. Sijasikia hiyo. Nimeisikia leo na wewe mara ya kwanza.
Mnafaa kunilipa. Hii Nairobi nawasaidia sana. Tena umesikia, that's it. That time of the month, of course. So that is all we're going to deal with today. So let me pick a card. Alafu nauliza, kwa hivyo mtanijibu. Sawa?
Okay.
Nikimiss periods, niko na ball. Is that true or false?
False kwa sababu I feel like some people wanakuanga tuna irregular periods. Ama ni kumiss periods entirely.
Sasa hii card yasema tu hivyo. Sasa sijui kama ni entirely or not.
Wacha niseme vile najua. You know, there was this person I knew of. Definitely alikuwa anapata periods. Then for some time miss periods. Na akaenda kupata alikuwa na ovarian cyst. So I don't know, kunakuwa na some problems unaweza encounter zinakuhinda from just having your normal periods. And probably you didn't really indulge in sex, but kuna kitu tu hapo. But for more into the topic about cysts nini, ask Wazi.ke. Yeah.
I feel this is the episode Dr. Claire angekuwa hapa.
Si ndio? Angetuambia.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm in between because it's true. Because the first sign of pregnancy, as I have heard, is like missed periods. And again, it's false because we have people with irregular menses. When we get into it, I'll tell you about mine. Bad relationship. And sometimes they skip, sometimes they don't. And again, like health issues can make your period skip. So I think I'm in between.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I panic. So see like Tombol Panasema. What had you said, Marlene?
No.
That thing for road jogging. What had you said?
Let's not get into
No. There's something you had said. Do something and pray. What is it?
Pull and pray.
Pull out and
Pull and pray.
And then all months
so
you are like...
So periods is not pull out and pray.
No, that is where we are telling people, please condomize. Because inaweza miss and you're truly pregnant. But I stopped pulling out and prayed after. I love condoms.
Uliambia Mungu, utaki hiyo mchezo tena.
Hatutaki hiyo.
Alright, so space spice, alafu sasi tutaendelea na hii discussion.
Yeah. So for the space spice today, we shall be sharing interesting facts about sexual reproductive health, ambazo probably you may know ama zingine hata hujui. So utatuambia if you've heard of these. So we have a point that says, it's a fact, you can still get pregnant whilst on your period. Although it's more unlikely that you'll become pregnant while you're menstruating, it's not impossible at all. This is because the sperm can survive into your body for a period of up to 5 to 6 days. Then, therefore, if you have a short cycle, have sex towards the end of your period and ovulate just after your period finishes, you could potentially fall pregnant. I feel like tukiangalia in that light,
because the sperm lasts from 6 to 7
yeah, 5 to 6 days, yeah, within your body.
So if you have a short cycle of 3 days,
you could potentially fall pregnant,
right?
Because at happened the question about safe days inaingililia, because if tayari uko na a very short like cycle.
No. I was just saying,
a story a safe day.
Yeah, sperms are undefeatable. Please condomize. It's something so crazy if they can be able to stay in there for all that while and then create like someone, like for fertilization to take place. What does fertilization create? Someone, of course. So it's like if you're able to, like 5 to 6 days is a very long time to like risk it. Just condomize.
Yeah. Ngoja niwaulize, mnakumbuka the first time you had your period?
I do.
Yeah, how old were you and how was it?
I actually think nilikuwa form 1 ikiisha huko, so I was in form 1 mtoto in 16 alikuwa 15. Yeah, I was like around 15 years. Lakini sijui niwapatia a backstory. When I was in primary school, nilinyesha, by the way, for like just once, ikapotea hadi nifike saa high school. So I don't know how that works. Hiyo sijui tuulize wazi. I don't know mbona zilipotea hivyo. So at that time, what really happened was when I was in primary school, hapo too, I was a candidate of class 8. It's like everybody in my cube. We were staying in like dormitories too. So I have
cube mates.
Boarding school? Yeah, I was in a boarding school during my primary school at the time.
Boarding school ulienda ukiwa class?
Nilienda nikiwa class 6. Yeah, 6.
I saw a tweet recently. Akisema, huyo kama alienda boarding kuanzia class 4 hawezi kukumiss.
We are built different.
They have no time.
Yeah. So I recall nilikuwa class 8 and at the time all my cube mates wote walikuwa wana menstruate. So I felt like mbona pia mimi like mbona zangu hazikuji. And kidogo haikuwa inani affect as much, but until like wakakuwa na a discussion when I was present in the cube. Mimi nimenunuliwa pads hazijafunguliwa. I think nilinunua nikiwa class 6 zinakaa tu kwa like my box, my trunk chini ya kitanda. So kila mtu anaongelea tu like the kind of pads they use, nini. Then there is me, ambaye sija experience, sija menstruate ever in my life. So what I decided to do, nilisikia wakisema, unajua kivaa pad inavuruta. Inazivuruta. It's like it induces, inakuja like how you just feel time. Hivyo. So mimi nikasema, haya. Even ndivyo kunaendanga. Nikachukua hata mimi pad yangu. Ilikuwa always. Nikaeka, nikavaa, nothing. Bado tunavaa, like, nikavaa for like a period of an entire week. And like, sikuwa bado na menstruate. But later on, nikanyesha. Na vile ilikuja hivyo, ikapotea until sa nikafika high school.
Also, it's that thing about when we girls were chilling together. And then, Malina nanyesha. Gladwell ataanza kunyesha.
I think contrary to experience ya Gladwell, mine was bad. Because, and I think in primary, tulikuwa tunazijua kama Mashiro, yeah? Yeah, and Mashiro was not a good name. It was a shaming name. It was, like, menstruating was just bad, you know? But the good thing with me is that I had a slightly older best friend in primary, and she had started her menses. And God knows I didn't want to start mine at all. Kwa sababu nilikuwa naona, there are this kind of people when they have their periods, wanatapika, like cramps zao ni mbaya, hadi anaenda home, and I have to take medication, she can't eat and all. So like the name, Mashiro, and then like the experience, like seeing other people experience it, really made me feel so bad. So mine happened like, I can relate with you. They happened in primary school. That was in class 8. And they happened once. And this once they came, unaona primary when tulikuwa tunachapwa us. Like unalala chini unachapwa matako. So on this day, I just got into this panic mode because I had failed some certain subject. And I didn't know what to do. So the tensing and all, nilikuwa naogopa kiboko. all of a sudden I just realized like I was stained. And mind you, I can't put on a sweater kwa sababu naenda kuchapwa matako. I can't dodge the canes and it's in front of class. And it was so bad. Like it was so shaming because now the only way this teacher could understand that niko on my periods na siwezi lala chini na sitaki hawa watu wengine waone. Yeah, ama wajue hata. Like it was so, I was really ashamed. He's standing beside me. I'm trying to like inua hivi dress down like for science because now the whole attention of the class is on me and everyone is standing side your blackboard juu ameshachapwa ni mimi nimebaki. So for some reason I just think he realized, I don't know, ama alichoka tu kunichapa because he could not drag me. And then he was like, you come see me in the office after this. So after Amanda, my best friend was like nini, and then I just showed it to her. But now you remember the desk is stained. People are like washe wanakuja kuniwashia hapo. They're washing me for the wrong reasons. And then now I had to like get up. It's games time. We have to stay in school until 7 because we are class 8. I have to stay with that stain. And then at some point when it gets warmth and stuff, it starts producing that smell. Yeah. Oh my God. So my first time experience was really, really, really bad. And also because I was staying with my grandparents, I was like, she's never told me about this. Like, and then I was staying me, my grandparents, and then like my older cousin who is also like a guy. So it's like, who am I going to talk to? Who am I? And do you know, I hid my periods for a period of time until like a later time, like people who I used to live with realized. So it was really a bad experience.
That way to hide it?
It really felt bad. And now the good thing is that zilikuja once, zikaruka for a period of your holiday yote ya January, and then they came back like in high school, I think in Form 2 or something. So I also don't understand the biology behind that, or if it happens for everyone like that. But I will say my first experience didn't have any signs, didn't have any cramps, didn't have any like nausea sort of feelings, any attitudes, but it was a really bad experience. I would,
Ooh. I'm so sorry, God.
Yeah, that was deep.
No, I don't even want to share mine.
Why?
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to hear your
Maybe
experience.
someone will relate to yours, so please feel free.
It just started in the house. Nitoka tu kwa shower, I told my mom. Like, I think for me, because of the relationship we have with our mom, because I have an older sister, yani tumezoea kuongea sana. Kwa hivyo ulikuja tu nikaenda nikamwambia, kama mbele natukana damu, akachukua, akaniambia leta suruali, leta pad, akanionyesha vile ambavyo waweka. And that was it. It's like the same way I got pregnant. I panicked. Who do I call? My mother.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I don't know, ni vile ambavyo tumelelewa.
That was
kwa sababu there's an older, I have an older sister, alafu ni mimi, alafu na my mom. So, you know, we've always like huwa tunaongea sana. So like my pregnancy, I panicked. I called my sister. Ndo sister yangu akaniuliza nimwambie mom, kwambia usimwambie, ngoja nimwambie mwenyewe maana yake ni mimi ndo inanifanyikia hii ni noma yangu.
That's nice.
Then I called my mom. So
I want to know like which age were you in high school?
I was in high school. Nilikuwa high school, nilikuwa
high school.
I mean, actually high school, primary.
Oh, you were in primary school.
Sorry, primary school. Sijui kama nilikuwa 7 ama nilikuwa 8. But either 7 or 8.
Were you a boarder, Ju? You were talking to your sister? Oh, so no. Okay.
Hey, mamangu angetuachilia tuende boarding. Except for high school. High school ndo tulipelekwa, lakini primary school. Yeah, we were not in. Were you in boarding, Madeleine?
No, I was in primary. And you know what?
You were in primary?
Like
I was
commuting.
Where is my mind? My mind is on my first experience, and I refuse to live by that because now I embrace my periods.
Yeah.
So at least I'm not pregnant. No, I embrace them when they come.
Yeah.
But do you know the bad thing about this is that even the school itself, I went to a very nice primary school, but I feel like there was lack of sensitization on embracing menstruation because it was like sometimes the teachers will have sessions with only the girls. So even if these organizations in the kijiji community, in the community wangekuja kutupatia pads, tungehepa, like tungeficha, tunaenda tunaweka kwa bag. So there was like so much shame around it. until it came to a point where sasa I just came to embrace them now in high school. Kwa sababu in high school I was in a boarding school again. And ungeona mtu ametoa padi yake, ametoa panty yake, anaiweka mkiona, they leave it on the bed, they go shower, they come put it
and wear it
on. This microphone. They come put it on. And I think that just made me embrace and know that like this is nature.
Primary school mulikuwa mixed school?
Yeah, I was in a mixed school. And the bad thing again, my school had a high school in it. And we share like blocks. So even sometimes washrooms and all. So it was like really bad.
Glad ulikuwa mixed school?
Yeah, in primary school, it was mixed. High school ndo ilikuwa girls peke yake.
Sasa kama mimi, like all through primary na secondary, shule zote ambazo nimesoma zilikuwa tu girls peke yake. So how, like I've always wondered, experience here, young women, like who went to mixed schools.
Haya, mi naweza sema yangu ya primary. So definitely my primary school, as I've earlier mentioned, ilikuwa too mixed. So we had like my desk mate at the time was a boy na mimi. Kwanza our class teacher hakuwa anapenda ati kawa ni msichana na kiti na a fellow girl ama kawa ni mvulana ati na kiti na fellow. Wanataka to mix. So tulikuwa tuna mix tu hivyo. Then I know hata mimi na feel ni kama actually education about periods nilianza kufunzwa nikiwa kwa achana primary school yenye nimeenda boarding kwenye nilikuwa before. I was in a different primary school. Pale at the time tulikuwa tunaishi Mombasa. So hapo I was a day scholar, naenda like home daily hivyo. So our teacher alikuwa wa life skills. Yeye ndo alikuwa anakuja kutuongelesha about periods and everything. But for her kitu nili notice hakuwa ati anafukuza ati the boys from the classroom because it's a life skill session, lazima utaongelesha tu kila mtu akiwa hapo. So I feel like alikuwa open minded in that atatufunza about periods, anakuja na a new panty and like the pad itself hapo atatudemonstratea hapo mbele ya class with your desk mate hapo mvulana akiwatch hivi because ataambiwa you have a sister, utakuwa na a sister anaweza kuwa in that same kind of situation. Unajua vile unapaswa kureact, si ati mtu amestain. But I think the reason as to why huyo mwalimu alianza kutufunza hivyo life skill ni because we had an incident before na the girl alikuwa so embarrassed nile like ameanza her periods tu akiwa tu kwa class ile tu ameketi then Silas mama ndo some to appointed but see ati people were reacting ile ati ni kama nile tu like endo ambie rafiki yako endo ambie like amestain but alisaidiwa cause sisi shule yetu bado wanauza uniform within the school. Do you know, so it's so easy for you to just go unaenda unachukua a new like uniform unampatia ana change hata si master lipie. Like I think that is my experience for like a mixed primary school. Mind you, primary unaona nilikuwa so young. At the time I was in class either 4 or 5 hapo 10 11 12 years old your age span.
How was the experience for you being in a mixed school?
Everything was just not good at all. It
wasn't done the right way.
So
for us guys, sijui lakini I keep on reminding you guys, mimi ni millennial. You guys are Gen Zs. So for us, in fact we were looking forward to it. Wow. I think kwa sababu first of all ni girls school. So ilikuwa you have primary kulikuwa na lower primary and then upper primary. So upper primary ni kuanzia class 6. Guys, do I even remember?
Ilikuwa
class 6
ni from class 6 to 8 ndo
upper primary. God, nimesoma kitambo. Kwa hivyo ifika upper primary kuanzia class 6 sasa mwajua mtaletewa pads shule. Like now we get excited about it kwa sababu umeona wale wengine the older ones have gone through that process. So I feel like from our generations, lakini watu wamesoma which schools, So guys, please comment below and tell me, especially if you are a millennial like I am. Niambie like kama mulifundishwa if you're taken through this process because our school yani ulikuwa unangoja like unangoja unafika class 6 utapatiwa pads so unapatiwa kwa sababu wangeleta watu watufundishe kuhusu periods, watufundishe vile ambavyo utachukua pad utaweka kwa suruali, you get. So you would look forward to that and then you're given free pads and then you're given the calendar. Unaona kama sasa hivi kuna the different apps that you guys use to like feed your days. Personally I don't use that.
I also don't.
I use one.
Me, I look at the moon, I know it's a full moon. If you look outside and you see a full moon, just know Aisha ananyesha.
I'm calling it, girl.
Like literally the moon.
It's your time.
Yes. Like my
okay.
cycle is in sync with the moon.
Wow.
I know now I've spoiled your experience. Utakuwa unaangalia hivyo like shit. Najua kuna demu kwa nanyesha.
Mine could
Instead of admiring it. Anyway, so tulikuwa tunapatia paka calendar. Unaonyesha vile unatik hivyo. But I feel your class ya calendar ya safe days, I didn't pay attention because that's how I got pregnant.
Ooh. A topic on its own.
Yes, on its own.
It is a topic on its
own.
own.
So yeah, tulikuwa na calendar, so you look forward to it. That's why I wanted to know your experiences. Maanake mimi sijasomea mixed school. Primary, secondary sijasoma mixed school.
Okay.
Yeah, because do you know what is crazy? We also used to have such sessions. Hizo za watu wanapewa free pads na NGOs around. Watu wanafundishwa kutumia. But it was so shameful to a point where ungepata, walikuwa nasema from class 6, assuming that is the age where now people are learning about reproductive health.
Yes.
That was so bad because after I started menstruating, I knew a few more people who were even in class 5 when walikuwa wameanza menstruation. Yeah, so it's like walikuwa nasema from class 6 waende. The whole session was so shameful. You can't ask, you can't do anything, and even kupewa hizo pads. Tulikuwa tunaitwa tunaambiwa tupange line. You'd rather not go.
Why?
Boys will know you have mashiro, like mashiro zako zimeanza, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like you'd rather not go. It was not so nice.
For me, I actually do remember. I think it will was slightly different. Ni kama kukuwa na like much judgment around it. So kwetu, when they used to give out the free pads, walikuwa natupatia pia like a packet of 3 panties, like moja ya pink, blue na yellow. 3 different.
That's very specific colors.
Yeah, I remember tulikuwa so happy because unaenda unachukua pads na unachukua a set of 3 panties. So out of excitement, tulikuwa tunakimbilia your line. Hakuna shame hapo. You just run. You're getting new panties. Just run for them. So
I get that. Like with my school, because it was only girls, there was nothing, like sote ni wasichana. Kwa hivyo, you know, there's no shame there. But for your school, they also didn't shame you guys.
Yeah, they did.
But for you guys, in as much as mkuwa pia mnapatiwa information, you know, paka mtu hata utaki kuonekana like you're queuing to get pads.
But it was not, I wouldn't call that information because I don't feel like it's enough wewe kukuja to a school, you tell them, ukiwa on your period, make sure umeoga. Alafu, this is how you put your panty. You know, like there is no sexual, like reproductive health information on that. How about you prepare me because for a period of time I didn't have cramps, but they came later on, you know, and I was not also prepared for that. How about you prepare me and you also prepare other people like me so that they don't get themselves in such a situation.
Yeah.
Like even those who have not started their periods, you know. So even it should be comprehensive enough so that I know what to do, like even mentally, like nisianze kupanic, because there's also self-stigma. Alafu unaona the way you live with your parents and you're like, unajua ushakuwa mwanamke mkubwa wewe.
Usimwangalie hata mwanamume kama wataka kupata mimba.
Ama
ambiwa nakuona ushaanza kucheza na wanaume. You're like, bruh.
Yeah. And do you know what is even sad about all this? I think in me trying to hide this shame because I was self-stigmatizing myself for a very long period of time. My periods came like in primary class 8 for like 3 months. In all these 3 months, I used pads on the day I started my menses. And on the day my best friend had carried her pads because she was like much older na alikuwa na beba zake, she knew her days and all. The rest of the days, I used to improvise anything. Yeah, because you say that conversation of umeshaanza periods, you will get pregnant, all that. Plus, me, I like used to be alone most of the time.
Yeah.
The friends that I used to play with were much younger, you know. And then my environment also, the disposal, iso sanitary pads after they've been used, it was just, like, it was a lot. But again, like later,
I'm so sorry about your experience.
Yeah.
When you say that you were improvising, what exactly were you using?
You say these things. Yeah, you say these things that they say, I don't know, girls in semi-arid and arid areas use, like
Clothes.
cotton wool,
Yeah,
clothes.
cotton wool clothes.
Like, bro, those
Mattress.
things. Those things, even in the urban settlements. Like I think also at that time hakukukuwa na NGO mingi sana ama like community givers or something. So ilikuwa to like it's you and your God. But it's also because I was really afraid to open up.
To speak up. Immediately you said you'd improvise. Nimeelewa kwa sababu this is what my mom will do. My mom is a nurse. So whenever, yani angeandika msichana wa kazi mpya, angekaa chini na waulize, ikifika time yako kwa mwezi, unatumia nini? So that's something I also picked for myself now that, you know, I have a son and I need to employ. That's what you ask. Kwa sababu unajua most of the time, tunatoa wafanyikazi sijui mnawatoa wapi wanakuja. You don't assume they have this knowledge. So wewe kama mama kwa hiyo nyumba, wewe ndio wa educate. You get? Manake she said, alianza kufanya hivyo because I realized one of the girls, like earlier on akianza kuandika wafanyikazi, alikuwa anakata godoro anatumia.
Ya nyumba?
So instead of kuwa that kind of employer like mbona umekata godoro mbona no kabla hiyo process ya kuemploy msichana wa kazi kaa chini na yeye you know ask ikifika time yako mwezi unatumia nini so they tell you and then before even the first salary manake ndo mtu amekuja you provide for them before now they work for that month and then you pay them and then now you tell them utakuwa sasa unajinunulia.
Nice.
So it's very important, it's us guys now with the information. Like sasa whenever we're also taking people we come in contact with, other girls from remote areas, hisi sasa ndio wakuwa kuwasaidia.
Sure.
And I really think you wanted to ask. I really think
it's an entirely different question. So
okay. I really think also it's like rooted within our communities. Like Sasa, you say, I come from a very, very humble background. And one thing until date I know is that even when we're speaking about transactional sex for parts, we think so much of outside Nairobi. It's like, wasichana wa Nairobi, like we can be able to purchase that. I'm like, no, like it's here, it's in my background, like in my backyard, like these things happen here. Because I'm like, if I was at that age and I couldn't speak up, I couldn't ask for help. There was like literally no one. I'll be so comfortable apart from my best friend who will be like, like, you know what? But then niko na mashiro. I'll be so doomed.
So, haya. So sahi ikija katika hygiene, tunafanya nini?
Haya. Kwa hygiene, I feel like unafu uoge as hata sitaki kusema ati the number of times, but hiyo siku oga tu ukiamka na pia like before you sleep. I feel like kwanza that is the standard. But if you can unaweza pata time ya kuoga more than twice, it's on you. Like we bora una feel pia uko msafi because I normally feel like hata ukienda pale tu kwa washrooms kwa the bin, whenever you're disposing ukanyage hiyo kitu uende ku insert, harufu inakuanga ishaanza kutoka. And I feel like wewe mwenye uko na the pad on or the tampon on ni kama you can smell it off of you we mwenyewe. So the minute unajua we mwenyewe unai-smell, I feel like a person who's next to you anaweza smell it off of you. So inafai kuambie change after like wanasemanga standard ni 6 hours hivi isipitishe siko sure kama ni 6 ama ni 4 to 6 like 6 ndo niweka maximum ni 4 una change pia like the pad as often not unless mko na other additional points za hygiene.
Mimi hygiene mimi niko na points lakini cheki hizi ndo vitu mimi nafanya kama Aisha. First of all, I don't like when I have my pubic hair on my menses.
Okay.
And can I tell you something weird? But ni superpower. I can smell myself when my period is about to come.
You can?
Yes.
You actually can?
You produce a body odor?
Yes.
For real?
Yani najua I'm like girl. Waja sangapi. I know I can smell myself. Like so, my body scent changes. So I shave prior.
Okay.
Yes. And if you're also on your menses, I can smell you.
Oh, I also can smell people. Hiyo ni
Yes.
secret talent.
Sasa mimi kwa sababu unajua my body scent changes.
Yeah.
I shave prior. Cause sipendi nywele.
Okay.
During menses, because I feel it just adds to the heat down there. Like nasikia usikia dhiki, usikia taharuki, usikia tafash jamani. So I have to do that, and of course showering.
Yeah.
There's this these vaginal
Cups, someone?
C-cups. I use tampons.
Okay.
The wash, the V washes, kwa sababu inasaidia kubalance the pH.
That is not douching?
No, douching is inserting huko na kuosha. The vaginal, zinaitwa vaginal wash, just outside.
Or the external part.
Yeah.
Sio ku-insert pale ndani kwenye
No
kanali.
one's talking about inserting.
Okay.
That is douching.
Sawa.
Okay.
Just around up the area, because it helps to balance the pH.
Yeah.
Yeah, kwa sababu I realized because of tampons. Unajua tampons you have to be you really have to be very clean. Okay?
Yeah.
Kwa sababu unajua hii time, the pH is wilding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're not clean, like unaenda unabadilisha tampon, wash your hands. You're inserting, make sure your hands are clean. You're done, wash your hands with tampons. Guys, manake I realized after this was before I told you, before I even started visiting my gyna.
Yeah.
Like the infections, I used to really be open to infections during my menses. Immediately nimemaliza hivi. So hygiene, because you see I'm using tampons.
Yeah.
And then now the V wash helps me to balance the pH. So easy ni vitu mimi ndo nafanya. Haimanishi kama, you see, for Gladwell, she doesn't shave during her menses. Yako tu sawa. Mimi I shave kwa sababu unasikia like inaongeza hiyo heat. Kuna mvuke tu mimi. Alright? And haimanishi ati if now because you don't shave and Aisha ana shave, there's something wrong with you. You see, also kwa sababu I'm very particular with hygiene when I'm during my menses, it doesn't mean that now Marlene is feeling some type of way because she doesn't shower 1 times 3 times.
4 times 7.
Yeah, times 7 a day. No, ni preference ya mtu.
Yeah.
And these are things you learn as you grow older. Yani wewe mwenyewe wajiangalia vipi. Yeah.
True.
Okay, I think contrary to both of you, you shave. I don't think hair is like
Makes a difference.
Yeah, makes a difference to
Okay.
me because I'm like I'll just clean up and all that. But I think one important thing I'm observant on, because I developed cramps later, which are only like not bad, but they are a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
On the first day of my menses, up to date. And speaking of cramps, I just hate how they have been normalized. Like they should not be making you like change the way you do things because you're having your periods. If you have like those bad cramps, please, you have to consult with a doctor or something. But so for me, one thing I ensure that I do is change like my pad even in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because for someone with irregular periods, sometimes they come heavy.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come light.
Kidogo.
Saa zingine za kuringia. My relationship with my period is just, if it was a person, the worst
complicated.
ex. Yeah. It's like really complicated, but again, I embrace it. So it's like I try to change my sanitary towels as regular as I can.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also try to, not all brands like work for me. And on the smell thing, I think I can't smell people. I thank God I can't smell people. I really will not want to do that. But I can smell myself.
Yeah.
And I've used
nice.
brands that I can feel, yeah,
Yeah.
see here, yeah. And I've used some certain brands that I'm comfortable to use at whatever time. So even for showering, again, it depends. If I am at home and just chilling and all, I will take like 2 showers, not at any particular order, just when I feel like I need to jump into the shower. Yeah, it's not like asubuhi and usiku and all. For like eating, I really don't like eating. I don't know if it happens to you guys. And this has evolved, and I really don't feel like eating when I'm having
Let
my
me tell you
periods.
another thing to know when it's that time of the month for me. Mkiona nakula sukari. Like if I was to take you a muffin and then I take a muffin
You're suspicious.
Oh my God.
Oh, you see me like it's the chocolates that we normally have here in studio. If you really see me eating a lot of sugar, that is me on my menses.
That is you on.
Yeah, I crave sugar.
It doesn't come prior, like when we
No.
talk about premenstrual syndrome, like PMS.
Just those specific days.
Hizo siku.
Woof.
Wow. Then
There's
I guess
that day I went to a supermarket kwa tumetoka sijui some gathering with just some friends. Nilingia supermarket kama nimenunua a kg of white forest.
Wow.
sweet tooth.
No, I'm not a sweet tooth.
It's only during that period.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. Mi mtoto anapenda vitu vya chumvi chumvi, unajua, lakini ifika hiyo time unaona anataka achari ama mabuyu. Yeah, so
Wait.
what about you? Do you eat or do you not eat? Because Marlene doesn't eat.
Okay.
Not that I don't eat. Yo,
Your
I like,
appetite.
Yeah, my appetite just pulls back a little. Yeah.
I don't think I've had a problem with appetite. Like mimi unaona chokosh, unaona venye watu wanasemanga chokosh hakuna kitu inaweza mharibikia. Mi ukula tu kila kitu at all times nikwe during my periods or hata kama sina periods. I just eat.
You're a foodie.
Haijai affect ati nikuje nikwambia ati sina appetite. Mi hukula. So sidhani hapo kuna anything
There's
about
no
it.
nothing changes.
Nothing
for you.
changes for me. For me, I feel like my relationship with my periods, it's simply the best. Sijini, hata nikisema the
It's
best.
simply the best.
Ndio hiyo sasa. Because one, I don't have cramps, y'all. I don't have cramps. So, I am cruising nicely, just waiting. Zikuje ziende.
Can you say,
Hivyo.
Marlene? Must
Be
Must be
nice
nice.
for you.
Yeah, must
yo.
be nice.
Must
Thank
be
you.
nice.
Must be nice. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, in my 30s, I am struggling. Unajua nilikuwa nasoma tu wanawake wanasema wanapata butt cramps.
Yeah.
Wacha vile mali anasema a butt cramps, like you feel your body hole is on fire.
For
and
real?
there's nothing.
Really?
Ooh.
Bruh.
Sasa?
It's crazy. Like I get butt cramps.
Wow.
Like my lower back is in pain and then my butt is butt cramping and
Yeah.
then kupele, bruh, I feel very uncomfortable. Like
Okay.
you can hivi, I'm okay hivi, I'm okay hivi, I'm ulale because
Really
it's just a mess.
uncomfortable.
I also don't like my relationship with my period.
But something that I should maybe add, it's not all flowers and roses. Because I normally get the hormonal kind of acne. But pia, it's not all the times. Like, see, ati during all my periods, nitapata, like, acne. But sa yangu, hata pia inakuanga moja kubwa. Very painful. Na lazima
it's
ikuwe
normally
kubwa.
very
And I'm always
painful.
like, mbona, inakujanga tu hivyo, moja kubwa. Hazikuangi mingi, moja tu kubwa. Na mimi nakuanga a person who likes kupop. Na finya, because I'm like, I don't want this thing here. Lakini inashinda ikirika.
Are you
So
the
that's
kind
the
of
only
person
thing.
to watch those pimple popping
I
videos?
do. ASMR on TikTok. Wanazitoa hivi blackheads. I am there for the 10 minutes. Waste my time, sir. I am there. I am there for it.
Oh, it's something else. How your boobs get very sore.
It doesn't happen to me.
It doesn't happen to you?
It doesn't
Like,
happen.
unasikia matiti imefura, imejaa, my God, they're busting out. You don't feel that way, and they're so hard. They're so painful. No?
Ooh. Ebu uliza kwa audience ka kuna watu wana feel hivyo. Juu mimi,
You don't get that?
Nope.
No way.
Haya.
Guys, like how painful does it get? Aki, but if this happens to you, ebu niambie. I would like to know that I'm not alone in this. Guy, like that's the time if I have a month, unapeleka mkono hapo kwa matiti unatafuta nini? Please don't touch me. Yes, it's honestly very painful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And only up until sai nimeanza gym, like my boobs don't get heavier during my menses because I think kwa sababu na exercise on the regular niko tu hapo kwa treadmill, I'm like my boobs are gonna kill me, but then I know during my menses it's not going to be as painful. Anyway, hashtag ambao unatumia ni space yako the podcast, let me know please.
Yeah.
I believe I'm not by myself, sindio?
Hauwezi kuwa peke yako. Anyway, na feel ni kama I'd like to exhaust on PMS. Unajua sasa kwa PMS kuna kuanga na like the pre-menstrual syndrome na bado the post-menstrual syndrome. So for Aisha, wacha tu nitumie something that you had said prior. Ulisema before you even start menstruating, you can smell yourself, like you can smell that you order, ime change. So tunaweza sema hiyo ni like one of your syndrome pre-menstruation, sindio? Like you can smell
Yes, I
that
can
your
smell
body odor
myself.
is
I'm
changing.
about to, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Which
wait.
makes sense.
Is it only during like before you menstruate that you can also smell people, that is throughout?
Mimi ni before. Mimi mwenyewe manake my body scent inabadilika.
Yeah.
For watu wengine is during.
Oh, when they're on the
Yeah.
menses.
Mali, unataka nikunuse alafu nikwambie,
No.
next week. Get ready.
Amekuwa mtabiri.
Get ready.
Yeah, so for me, I feel like nakwanga na this kind of change in terms of my niseme moods. Una to like nitakuwa so sad ama so easily irritable.
Like, even depressed.
Nikifika hiyo point, because I feel like I'm a naturally bubbly person, a very vocal person, niko tu hapo na hapo. But in the minutes na feel nika, huyu ameanza kunibo, hauniboingi, but leo umenikasirisha. Najiambia the back, let me just go to my calendar or Dr. Flo nione how many days to your period, because I'm like, this is a sign. Mi nishajua, this is a sign for me.
Even like, have you ever sat down and just cried? And then 3
just
days later your period is like, that is why.
That
like,
is why.
Hiyo siku mtu anaweza kukwambia kitu. You just start crying. I mean, you just think about things that happened in the past. What, me, I'm a crier.
Same. I feel like.
But then me, I'm a crier.
Are you like that?
Talk to me about it, because tell me why I will be crying over a picture of a cat on Instagram. Just and I'm like, wow, that is so cute.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We have similar syndromes, basi za pre-menstrual, si ndio?
Aki, unaweza kaa ulie, alafu by later on when you're showering, you're like, kumbe ndo kitu tu ilikuwa inanisumbua. Ama that time you're in a relationship, you're feeling your months, you're like, why are you not talking to me today? Why? Aki, you become so needy.
Yeah.
Like, mi hata nimekuacha. Then your parents come and like, sikuwa nimekuacha.
Haikuwa hivyo.
Yeah, and I think Gladwell is the first person who has mentioned that she can see herself become moody.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people point out that to like other people most of the time, but you can't see yourself. You're like, the problem is not me. It has to be
you guys.
Yeah. And of course, we love to hear your experiences as well. Do you shave? Do you cry over pictures on Instagram or anything that triggers your emotion during your periods? Of course, the hashtag to use is Spesiako the podcast. And remember to interact with our amazing chatbot. To access that, go to www.wazzi.ke. So I like to ask us guys, do you feel like men should know, not just the people you're dating, because just taking us back a little, being in the same class, for us who can relate, with boys, do you feel like, because you had that experience that you were taught together with them in class, and maybe for Aisha, because you were in a girls' school, do you feel like it's important for boys, and as they transition into being men, should know that about periods, about maybe if they're dating, about their girlfriends, days and all that?
Absolutely. I'm raising a very amazing child.
Wow.
Alama, nimesema sitakuwa nakusalimia huko.
Congratulations.
Hello. Hi, baby boy. But he knows.
Yeah.
Because for us Muslims, when it's that time of the month for you as a woman, you are exempted from prayers. Huwezi kuswali mpaka periods zako ziishe. Then zikiisha, there's a process. You know, you wash your hair and then you go back to prayers. Sawa? So, saa zingine, you know, we're chilling with my son. I'm like, haya kaswali, tawadha ukaswali. Ama, nenda msikitini, like Mombasa, because mosques ziko nyingi. Like where we stay, like kuna, you know, just many mosques around us. So, haya, vaa kanzu nenda ukaswali. Then, of course, he'll ask me, na wewe mbona uswali? So I'll tell him, I'm on my period.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I'm on my period. You know, as a Muslim woman, mtu ukiwa katika period, you're exempted from praying. So I feel it's important for him to know.
That's really
Like,
nice.
does he
Yes,
know?
and he's seen my tampons. I don't hide my tampons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ngoja kwanza niko na swali kuhusu hizo tampons. Najua ziko so ideal for people, especially nimesikia swimmers, pia heavy flow. Haya, like umeijipata in a situation whereby after inserting the tampon, hiyo uzi that you're supposed to like pull out inakatika, then you like have to like hazikatiki. Imagine kuna some people wanasemanga inakatika and
from my experience, because unajua hii today's episode ni kila mtu anaongelea kuhusu experience yake. Sawa. In my experience with tampons, and I started using tampons in high school. Manake unajua high school ndo wow, you discover so many things. Like for me, I used to go with pads. Someone else comes with tampons. I'm like, haya, huku ni wapi? Mwalimu wa mata kutuambia. So, start getting curious. Like there's a classmate of mine, Joy used to use tampons. I'm like, can I try one? Okay, high school was so nice. Okay, me kwa sababu tumesomea girl school. So you're exposed to so many, nice. You just share. Then I started using. Then the next time mimi nikakuja na tampons sasa. Yeah, so nice. I feel because mimi ni mtu ambao unapata heavy flow. Tampons are very ideal for me.
For you.
But hiyo kitu ya string kukatika mimi kama Aisha si experience.
Okay. Gladwell, do you feel like the men you know in your life should have some sort of knowledge about menstruation and maybe comprehensive, because she just mentioned that you tell him that. Do you share more information maybe from Gladwell first, like with your male counterparts?
Juu kwa swali lako umeanzia na the men in your life. Wacha kwanza niangalie wale tu wanani surround, like my immediate persons. I'll start with my brother ambaye ako campus but yako second year. And my other friends who are guys ambao we are so close to each other. I feel like it is necessary for them wajue about periods na like whatever we have to use during periods, sisi as ladies.
Whose responsibility is it to tell men or boys about menstruation?
Personally, it is my responsibility to actually educate mtu ambaye nitakuwa naye akue my friend ama akue maybe a boyfriend that I will have in future kama atakuja. Nimwambie cause si vizuri pia assume that ati wanapatanga hizi vitu ama information out there. So I'm like it wouldn't hurt kama anajua umuongezee information on the same. So just take it upon yourself. Kwa tuki impart knowledge on people. Sijali kama anajua ongezea. You can never have too much knowledge. Ongezea tu.
Do you speak to the men surrounding you?
Okay, I will say I was fooled once in my life with my very many years that someone I used to date was allergic to periods, and when I was on my periods, they can't be around and all.
They can't be around you?
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to say it was intergenerational. No, it was not. But I just feel like maybe this person was disgusted, or it was just some sort of... And this was actually someone who I was not even sexually active with. So when I was just on my periods, they were just like, I can't be. Yeah. So I was full for a very long time with that. But I take it upon my responsibility that at least the people that are around me know. Because I can only spread the knowledge that I have on menstruation as far as I can.
Yeah.
I see as this I'll start educating men and all this. But I take it upon my responsibility that at least if I am dating someone, if someone is my brother, if someone is at whatever point we'll be talking about sexual and reproductive health, I feel like it's always important to talk about like menstruation. So yeah, I feel like it is really, really, really important. And it's actually equally important for boys and girls, like men and women, to have the same knowledge.
Okay.
Yes. So I have a friend, a male friend. Okay, he's no longer my friend.
A male? Umesema a friend. Okay. I'm following.
Mwanamume ambaye alikuwa rafiki yangu, maana si rafiki yangu tena. Lakini alikuwa anabebanga pads. Like he has in the car, he has in the house.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like that is very nice. That is something I would like, Yani kama we mwenyewe enda kwa nyumba ya boyfriend yako, but like when he's shopping, kuna pads hapo, just in case unajua unaanza period yako kama uko kwake na huko kwako. I feel like that's a good practice.
It is a nice practice.
Yeah.
And the men are now
educated
on like si kitu mbaya kwenda supermarket na kubuy mpo hapo tampons ama pads. Guys, have you seen this machine on social media? Like the men when I go hapa kwa tummy
to feel cramps.
To feel the cramps.
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen how bad they react?
I don't think it's the same intensity.
Yeah. Why? When I feel like haiko like comparable to the real cramps that the ladies feel.
Mimi naonga huko. You see my lower back? Nasikia inakata kabisa. My lower back. I already told you about my cramps from both ends. Your machine inaikuwa tu hapa. Like it's nothing close to what we're going through. And then I already told you how my boobs turn into stones.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Oh God.
And headaches, pounding headaches. Like najua nizaanza na headache, but then nitamaliza na lower back pain.
Yeah.
Ama nianze na lower back pain.
Tunaanza kwa kitanda, tunamalizia kwa kiti.
What?
Yeah.
Kapitia. For me, I feel like mimi sando nataka niwekwe kwa hiyo inaitwa stimulator.
Yeah.
Ndo ni feel cause nile I feel like I can't even imagine how much the pain is. Kwa sababu nimwambia I don't have cramps, unaona? So nile hata siwezi kuambia huyu ana fake yake si uchungu cause nasema from what point. So mimi nikiweza pata niekewe ni feel ndo niseme kumbe even ndivyo inakuanga uchungu like
and then there's someone who doctors but si nyote. But wale wengine mnajijua. You see how they tell you ati when you have a baby you stop having serious cramps.
Yeah.
Bruh, me and we were getting now like both ends.
Oh God.
Hey,
I may insist on both ends.
It's so bad.
It's painful. Oh
It's
God.
so painful.
Yeah.
I should see how I struggle to see. It's extremely painful. I used to read about this, but now I'm experiencing it.
You're now living it.
Yeah, chokesha. Mi hata hii conversation nasikia tu nimechoka.
And again, remember that cramps can only be normal to a certain extent. We should not normalize cramps because people suffer from other health issues to do with their reproductive health, which causes it shouldn't have severe pain.
Okay.
So if you have such questions, again, Wazi is the place to go. And as we are winding up, I'll just like, for us guys, maybe to mention one thing that you think can be done to ensure that even men or boys get the knowledge equally. Maybe to start for me,
Okay.
I think that comprehensive sexuality education. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think that age-appropriate comprehensive sexuality education should be introduced in schools, and it should be introduced from as young as class 4. Because now social media, class 3, whatever, like as young as they can, because now social media is exposing us as young people to all sorts of content that is not filtered, that is not monitored, that is not controlled. And we have biased knowledge. Just like we said, it will filter what you want to know. So I feel like one strategy we can have is age-appropriate sexuality education in primary schools. Yeah.
My parting shot is that wacha nianze na that saying that says charity begins at home. So if at all you are a parent ama you are an older sibling and you have like a person mwenye ana undergo like menstruation ama ndio anaanza acha niseme ati ana undergo because it's a phase in life that we can't skip. Anza by kumfunza hizo vitu like the kind of hygiene anapaswa kuwa nayo ndio isikuwe ni kama all this time tunangoja some session a very detailed session pale in school. Like you have to be so comfortable to approach a member in your family ikwe atani kama a close friend pale tu nyumbani aweze akakusaidia instead of just waiting. Just sometimes hizi forums zinaweza kukupita, si ndio? So family so reliable. That is mine.
Nice.
Well, something I'm already doing. Excuse me. Ni kitu ambacho tayari nafanya, maana nishaeleza. I speak to my son a lot.
Yeah.
I honestly do. So vile tu umesema inaanza nyumbani and something else, just about periods.
Yeah.
Cause pia nimewaambia about my relationship with my mom and my sister. Vile tunaongea sana. So for now, ana go through menopause. So anatuongelesha about menopause. Why? It's something else because I feel sawa tuko na hii knowledge that and through our experience for periods but also like sasa kama yeye anatuambia kuhusu her experience with menopause. And she gets like very bad migraines. She gets like kichwa yangu imeanza tena najua ni kichwa ya ABCD. So it's across all age groups like for us as women pia tuongee tujue hiyo side ingine ya menopause. Because when now we're dealing with our parents, tunawasaidia vipi. Yeah.
Lovely.
Very nice takeaways. And again, this has been your podcast. But before we end, if you have these difficult questions, remember, We are not experts, and we are here to share with you our experiences because we can relate to all us as girlies, of course. Remember to use the hashtag Spaceyako the podcast, share your experiences. If you don't have access to our chatbot, again, go to www.w.a.w. Let's do that.
Acha nikusaidie. Guys, website yetu ni wazzi.ke, sawa? So kumbuka, it's a whole chatbot. Nenda pale mwambe, hi dear, nipe nigware.
Itajibu. I have tried. Nimeongea nayo on WhatsApp pale.
Okay, like sexting.
Si sexting per se, but nikisema hivyo inajibu.
Wait, can you sext the chatbot?
Try and let us know.
You cannot do it. Just say hi. Stop wilding there. Like Gladwell. Just say hi, and then unajua kuna messages ambazo zitakuja, so maana it's an interactive chatbot, sawa? Alafu pia kama unaona pale katika website huwezi, basi chukua tu simu yako and just dial *709# because that is a USSD code, and just follow the due process, sawa? Alafu msameheni huyu Malin. Umetoa wapi homa?
The streets of Nairobi. Say kama una homa. Nilikuwa nataka kusema kama una homa uko single, nikakumbuka. Kama uko na homa uko single.
Yeah, maana unasema time kama hii ambapo kunanyesha. First of all, kuna mademo wanaoishi wao ndio ungekuwa ananyesha.
Nice one. Nice one.
I thought today
she is wild.
Alafu kama wild. Alafu pia kama kuna baridi, vitu ni mbili. Unachagua. Unataka mimba ama pneumonia?
Acha nipate pneumonia.
Sasa ndo mali na amechagua pneumonia.
Adios.
Bye guys. It was nice having you.
Another episode.
I will remind them of my name for this episode.
Contestant. She is contestant
069. Give it up for Aisha.
Yo 69 ndo naenda kutafuta sana.
Everybody, Aisha.
Peace out.